Hello everybody, MorbTron here. Today I want to talk a little bit about the Season of Opulence, Season 7 of Destiny 2's second year, and a little bit about just Destiny 2 Year 2 overall, and especially the annual pass, and what's to come. A lot of things, a lot of very hopeful things. Now, Season 7, in my opinion, is by far well and above the best season so far of Destiny in general. That's including Destiny 1, Destiny 2, all of Destiny. Destiny's entire franchise. Season 7 is by far the best so far, and I have high hopes for Season 8. That's Shadowkeep and beyond. So, Season 7, at the end of this year. Now we get, no, not quite the end. We got Bad Juju back. Whatever. It's a returning exotic. It's Bad Juju. It's good. It's a good weapon, but that's not why Season 7's good. So far, we've gotten 4 new exotic weapons in Season 7. We got Taraba, Bad Juju, Truth, and the Lumina. But that's not even why it's overall the best one. We have many reasons why. We have the Menagerie, which has gotten taken down a peg or 7. With the nerf of being able to farm the chests, which, even taking that into account, comparing it to older ways to farm for God roll weapons, looking at you, Reckoning, it is still better. It's just not as good as it was when we were able to farm the chests. So, I would say Menagerie, definitely a plus. And the raid, the new raid, Crown of Sorrows, amazing. I wish that the weaponry from it was a little bit better. The exotic weapon, Taraba, although fun, it is very fun to use. It's really not better than Recluse in most situations, but it is fun. It's neat to have a new exotic SMG that's good. It's nice to have good exotics. I just wish it was, you know, maybe better than Recluse. Maybe. But just the sheer amount of stuff that has been added into Season 7 has been fantastic. And I would say hats off to Bungie, but it's not Bungie alone, and we have to remember that Season 7 was the last season that Bungie had help from the Activision, whatever you want to call, like, sub-developer studios. So we have to take this season with a grain of salt. I mean, Bungie did the storylining. They came up with the ideas, but a lot of the world building, things of that nature, that was left in the hands of the other development teams. So it'll be interesting to see what Bungie can come up with on their own. And I know they've hired a lot of people for the next, you know, well, I guess not even the next season, but to make up for losing those 2 extra development teams that were able to help them with world building and things of that nature. So excited there. But Season 7 overall, I think, saved the annual pass altogether. Now, if you were to go back in time to all the way back when the first day of Season 5 started, and people were reacting very, very negatively, myself included, to that season having the weapon forges go live and not being able to do them right away, not being able to experience any new content whatsoever, was pretty jarring. And they got better in Season 6, you know, the season of Drifter got better. But it still wasn't really that great of a season. You know, it added Gambit Prime, and if you didn't like Gambit Prime, you really didn't really have the things to do Reckoning, and that was basically the whole season. Now, throughout Year 2, we have had the storyline of Shin Malphur, and the Drifter, and the Dredgens, and all this stuff become more in light. You know, more people know about the storyline now. There's more lore added in. We have the Rose we have Thorn, we have Last Word, we have Lumina, we have the first ever, I would say, complete or almost complete storyline, especially one that our Guardian has become involved in with the Lumina questline and getting Thorn and Last Word directly from Shin Malphur, who turned out to be an actual Dredgen himself, which is a fantastic twist. And I gotta say, great writing on Bungie's side of things. Just absolutely fantastic. The lore and the story behind the Shin Malphur Dredgen Drifter storyline, even twirling in the 9 in with Dredgen, or in with Drifter, I meant. Fantastic stuff. I gotta say, fantastic story. It'd have been nice if more of it was in, like, cutscene form and not just, like, reading lore tabs or lore books, but that'd be a lot of cutscene, and you could probably make a couple feature films out of the amount of lore that Bungie has written alone in Year 2 in Forsaken. That's all of Forsaken, so Season 5, 6, 7. I guess Season 4 as well, if you want to throw in the start of Forsaken. But it's been great. It's been great, and I gotta say that the wrap-up here of Year 2, with now the Moments of Triumph being out, we have the Tribute Hall, which literally, if you saw in the beginning of the video, once you unlock all of it, you get a shooting range. Finally! You know, I've been just hoping and basically begging for some sort of a shooting range inside the game where you can go test weapons out, you know, just practice the recoil patterns if you want to do that, that sort of thing. And we finally have that now. Granted, it's going to take us some time to actually unlock it all the way, but by the time that Moments of Triumph in this season wraps up, I think that people that actually, you know, play the game even extremely casually will have all of that unlocked, because all it is just doing some daily bounties, getting your discounts up if you want to, or just spending all the resources right now and just farming Glimmer like nobody's business. But that's absolutely fantastic. And I honestly, the only thing that I would change about this season as of right now would be maybe not nerfing Menagerie chests farming into the ground completely, but maybe coming up with some sort of compromise, like if you complete a section or a event in the Menagerie perfectly, you get like a bonus chest at the end. So you have, like, instead of one chest for just completing it altogether, if you do a perfect run through of a zone, you get a second chest that spawns next to it. And if you get your second event completed perfectly, so when you complete 2 events perfectly in Menagerie, that's it. You don't have to move on, you don't have to do any more events. So you'd get a total of 3 chests to farm through, and that gives you the potential, if you have a fully upgraded chalice, to give you 6 items. I think that's pretty good. But right now, going in for, you know, especially comparing it to what we have had, you know, spending 10-15 minutes on a Menagerie run and getting 1 or 2 items, 2 if you're lucky, 1 most of the time, it feels bad compared to what it used to be. That's the only thing that I would change. Everything else with this season has been amazing. The surprise of getting Bad Juju the week after we got Lumina was good. It was very, very surprising. I was surprised. I think most of everybody was not expecting 2 exotics to be released within a 2-week time period. That's never been done before with, well, unless there's like a batch of exotics released at the same time, like during a launch of a new season, like the exotic armor pieces, or like Forsaken, when a whole bunch of new stuff was out, that sort of thing. But it was really cool. Liked it a lot. And a lot of the new weapons they've added in Menagerie are really, really good, like this Ostringer I'm using right now. The ability to farm for god rolls of not just Season 7 weapons, like my Erentil that I got from Menagerie, was also a very, very nice touch. Yeah, it's been great. It's been a great season, and I hope that Bungie can continue the momentum. I think that they will. I think they're very, very dedicated to their player base. More so now that they don't have Activision apparently holding them back. They've been just going absolutely nuts with feeding us a bunch of information, telling us they're going to give us what we want, all this stuff, and it's flat out amazing. So I cannot wait to see what Season 8 and Shadowkeep brings us into the future. I hope that they can keep up the steam with the DLC, we'll call it, or the annual pass. It's not an annual pass, but the little expansions that they're releasing throughout next year. I really, really hope they're on par with Season of Opulence, because if they are, the sky is the limit with how popular Destiny 2 is going to be, with it being free to play for the base game, and then not really having to invest much money at all to get the new content. Makes me actually not mind spending money to get some skins unlocked a little bit quicker than just waiting for them to go on sale with Bright Dust. So it's the Eververse store, I would say, is even doesn't seem scummy like it did at the start of Destiny 1. Or, I'm sorry, at the start of Destiny 2, especially with their Christmas event. It's kind of proven to be all Activision's money hungriness that caused all that, which kind of say I'm not surprised, and I'm not glad that it was like that, but I'm glad to see that with the split that things are changing for the much, much better. But let me know in the comment section down below what your favorite part of Season 7 has been so far. I mean, we still have the Solstice of Heroes and secret triumphs to unlock, and a new armor set to go after, and maybe even a power level increase with the new armor, just like last year, with the same kind of event. But last year's event pales in comparison to this year's Moments of Triumph, Solstice of Heroes. I mean, Solstice of Heroes isn't even out yet, and I think we have, like, quintuple the amount of content just with Moments of Triumph in the Tribute Hall. So yeah, let me know what your favorite thing about Season 7 has been. Has it been the raid? Has it been Menagerie? Has it been just the amount of loot that we're able to farm for, or at least we were able to farm for? Is it the Moments of Triumph thing? Is it the Tribute Hall? Is it a specific exotic weapon? Blah de blah. Let me know. I would say my favorite addition to the game, weapon-wise, is definitely the Austringer that I'm using in this video. Yeah, let me know. If you like the video, you want to show your support, hit that like button. I'm going to be doing more loadout type builds here, since there's really no new weapons that I want to review. There are new weapons that I haven't reviewed, none that I'm really interested in reviewing. I think I've gotten them all out there by now. We still have apparently one new exotic to go for this season, so we'll see. We'll see what that is. It's coming with Solstice of Heroes, some sort of solar thing. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be the Yallerhorn or Gallerhorn or whatever you want to call it, however you want to pronounce it. We'll see. But that is going to be it for this video. Sub if you're new. That sort of thing. I'd greatly appreciate it. But don't forget to have a good day, everybody. And I will catch you all next time.
I leave you here. Claim what has been lost.